beautiful family. Welcome back to another video here on my channel. For those who do not know me, I am ASMRmajestic. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in my Patreon or some holiday gifts, please refer down to my description box. Both links will be linked down below. So, this is going to be a quick story time. I'm getting hungry and I still have 2 eating videos to do, well, snack boxes, and I want to eat real food before I do any of that. So, but today's video, as you can see by the title, is a story time. I don't remember if I did this story on my first channel or not, but guess what? Here we are. And so this is gonna be my story. First off, I hope everyone's over the age of 18 who listens to this story. This is going to be a sexual sex story. So if that makes you uncomfortable or whatever, you might want to exit out of this video. Also too, this video probably will not be the video for you to fall asleep to. This video is for entertainment purposes only, although it is a real story. There's probably gonna be laughter and everything else, so you've been warned. So, okay, so, you know, I would date around when I was younger, like in my early 20s. And this story too also takes place before my psycho boyfriend and before my attack story and all that stuff, before my mental health issues, all of it. Back then I was a happy person. I had friends. I didn't have social anxiety. I was an accountant. I was making good money. It was me and my oldest nephew. I was raising him. I had my condo. Life was good, right? So, life was good, but life was also lonely. So, I remember, what was I doing? I don't even know, but I bumped into this guy, and we're gonna name him, just name him Mr. B. I don't know. So I bumped into Mr. B. I know it was a parking lot somewhere, and I'm not sure if he pulled up next to me or he was pulling out. Either or, we bumped heads in the parking lot. Now, I knew Mr. B from before because we went to high school together. I went to a co-ed Catholic high school, but he only was there for 2 years because it was very expensive and his mother could no longer afford to keep him into Catholic school, so he went off to a public school. We got along fine in high school, and the only thing that I remember really about him in high school was that he had severe acne, and he used to have like these really ugly bifocal glasses that he used to wear. But he was always a cute, handsome kid, years that I haven't seen him. And so he explained that he was a cop. He's also a cop somewhere in New York City. And we just started chatting real quickly and we exchanged numbers. And truthfully speaking, I did not think that he was going to hit me up. I did not think so at all. But he did. And it's funny because the way he was so open about things, I never thought in a million years. Well, we'll get to that in a minute, but so anyway, we would talk over text message, and we found out that we were at least 40 minutes apart, meaning like our locations. But see, if you have a car, all of that is out the window. If you can drive, I think distance, that's just in my eyes, it's not really an issue. Like 40 minutes is not an issue. Even an hour for me is not even an issue. It starts becoming an issue when you put on like 4 or 5 hours on that shit. But even then, but anyway, back to the story. And so anyway, his shift was funny. Our shifts were really, really different from one another. A lot of times, like when I got off work, he was just going into work, and then there was times that we would try to link up for like dinner or something like that, and he ran into a case, and I understood that all too well because my brother-in-law is also a cop, and there was many times that he had to like cancel on events or little things that we did. So I understood the whole cop world too well. And also too, side note, he also was a cop with my high school sweetheart, so it wasn't like he was a total stranger or nothing like that, right? So again, I spoke to my high school sweetheart here and there on Facebook. So anyway, the whole point is I understood the whole cop world a little too well. So we kept missing each other back and forth, and then finally we went to like 3 dinners. We were able to do a movie. That was cool, although I don't remember what movie it was, but I remember, was it, truthfully speaking, when did that come out? Let me see something. I want to say it was the Nutty Professor 2. Nutty Professor. That came out in 2000, so that couldn't have been it. Oh wait, part 2. Yeah, no, that wasn't a movie then. Honestly speaking, I don't know what movie it was. All I do know, it was a popular movie because I remember we were literally in the second seat to the front, not in the back, so we literally had to watch the movie like this. Neck broken, all like, yeah, we had to do that. So damn, I really wish I remember what, but all I remember is though that this was like when we went to the movies. We actually went to god damn it, I can't think of it. It'll come to me. I want to say Ruby Tuesdays, but that's not what it is. But anyway, we had this. There's this place in the mall that you can eat, have drinks, play pool, arcades everywhere. There's games everywhere to play to win tickets and everything else. Oh, it was called Dave and Buster's, right? It was called Dave and Buster's. So we went to Dave and Buster's first. We had a few drinks, and then we went to the movies. And that was the first time he actually just gave me a kiss. It was something that I said, and I was like, "Wait, what?" And I turned to him, and he actually gave me a kiss. So, that's when I guess a little of the romance started. But he gave me a kiss again that night, and that was it. So after that situation, we didn't link up for maybe about a month and a half. 2 months later, we still spoke, but again, our schedules were just so different. And remember, I also had my nephew, so my weekends were really just me and my nephew, and I really wasn't in the business to introduce anybody to my nephew unless it was 100% necessary slash, if it was necessary. So, so anyway, we decided that we were going to hang out or whatever, and this time we're gonna meet actually in the Bronx. So we met in the Bronx. We went to some seafood restaurant, and we had a wonderful time. And then I think we went to a lounge or something. Either or, we just had more drinks, and we decided to. Okay, when we met that day, he got off work that morning. He showered and everything at the police precinct or whatever, and he changed into clothes, and then we met that day. So he worked about an hour away from the police station, and I did as well, but in different locations, right? So after a drink and stuff, he said to me, well, and now that I know where he's going with this, he was like, yeah, I don't feel like driving home, so I'm just gonna get a hotel room. Why don't you just chill me for a little while? And then he opened up this trunk, and that's when I realized that he did this shit before, because he had clothes in there. But I also did that too, though, because since I worked so far and lived so far from like a lot of the attractions that I did, I always made sure I had like clean clothes in the car and stuff, just in case of like storms or snowstorms or whatever. But he had like a duffel bag, like he had clothes, and then he also had like a lot of liquor and stuff in there. So it must have been about maybe 9 o'clock at this time. So I was like, all right. So we go back to his room, and he's making something called Incredible Hulks, right? So for those who do not know what that is Hypnotic, the blue one, and Hennessy combined, and when you pour it together, it turns into a green looking liquid, and they call it the Incredible Hulk because it's the color of the Hulk, green. So anyway, he was making those drinks, and they were actually pretty good or whatever. So anyway, we start messing around and stuff, right? And then, we were messing around, talking about high school, messing around, like, it was actually a really good, cool, decent time. It wasn't until we started getting, like, messing around, and I kept saying to myself, what is that? There was this smell. There was this smell, and I didn't know what it was. But the crazy thing about it is like, at one point I thought it was me, right? So I remember going into the bathroom and doing a female check. Now, ladies, y'all know what that shit is. Let's not act like I'm the only one who did that. But a female check is when you go in the bathroom and you smell yourself. I have a habit of, I like to, first of all, before any sexual activity, I always tell people you should always pee before go to the bathroom, before you do anything, right? And that's where, ladies, you should be wiping up, you should be peeing. And then if you have a little bit of issues, that's when you clean up. You have your own little baby wipes, or you use whatever the situation may be. But that is your clean up time. Go in the bathroom before you think you're about to do some dirt. And but I went in to do a check. I went to the bathroom. I'm like, okay, there's no odor. It's not me. And I knew it wasn't me. But sometimes, ladies, we need to check ourselves out before we get embarrassed, right? And when I tell y'all, I will never be caught out there with a man talking about, oh, you smell, ever. And so I'm in the bathroom, I'm washing my hands, and I'm even smelling myself, and I'm like, okay, it's not me. What the fuck is that? So then I'm like, well, maybe it's the comforter from the hotel, right? And my OCD was not as bad as it is now, but if I go on vacation and stuff, I like to bring my own sheets, my own towels, my own everything, because I just feel as if these hotel people do not clean appropriately. And sometimes I also feel as if, like, if they think the bed looks like it has not remake that shit. They don't wash this stuff after every person's in these rooms. I don't believe they do. But anyway, so I go back out, and he's sitting on the bed, and he's making more drinks. And as he's making more drinks, I'm just like, anytime he walks past me, okay, so this is when I knew that I might have a problem. I was sitting on the bed, right? So you know how you're leveled when you sit on the bed. So when he walked past me, he's taller. When he walked past me, I would smell that, and I was like, okay, I think it might be him, right? But then I'm like, well, maybe I'm jumping to conclusions, or maybe, you know, you always try to downplay, I guess, certain situations. I don't know, but either or, and so I think between the drinks and stuff, I either forgot, didn't care, or a combination of both, if I'm being honest, right? So we get on the bed, so now we're messing around again, and now I'm like on top of him, and I'm kissing him on his neck, and I'm kissing him, you know, and I said to myself, okay, this is where I'm going to find out what is happening. And so I'm kissing him on his chest, whatever, and I'm kissing him down near his belly button area, right? And I'm saying to myself, well, I'm down here and I smell it, but then I noticed that I think it might have been his belt. You know how like a belt has, but then I'm like, the belt might have like this leather smell to it, but it was too potent for that. I just wasn't sure, right? So then he flipped me back over, and so make a long story short, he does oral to me, and now he wants the same in return, right? Listen, I'm 42 right now. I'm grown. Come for me if you want to. But and so he wants the same thing in return. So now he's taking off. So I said to him, well, take off your stuff. So he's taking off his pants, whatever. And then he leaves on his boxers, right? And so I'm back on top of him now, and I'm kissing him, and I'm going down or whatever, and I'm passing his belly button, and then I popped a little. Did I say little? Let me just say, I popped his penis in between the boxer hole. You know the boxer hole. Don't let me explain the boxer hole. But anyway, and then that's when I said, and I swear to God, I said it out loud. I said, what the fuck is this? I can admit now that I was ignorant as fuck back then. Here's the thing. I have never experienced a man that has not been circumcised. I have not. So me looking at like Mr. Piglet slash a hot dog hidden slash a turtle hidden with the peekaboo type shit, I'm not used to that. I have never seen that in my life. And you know, I said it out loud, like, what the fuck is this? But I didn't mean, like, okay, maybe I did mean it that way, but I thought I was saying it in my head. I did, but it came out verbally, like, and when I said it, I was like, oh, like, I didn't mean to, but here we are, right? So, he got offended. He kind of like, you know, like, pushed me off him type of thing, and he got up and he just looked like he was irritated. Not irritated in the sense that I was like, oh my god, I need to get out of here. Irritated like, damn, Majestic, you done fucked up. You done, like, you know, said something. And then he says, well, you know, in my culture, he was Spanish. I don't know if, you know, Spanish people do, some of them do not do the circumcised situation. I don't know why you would not, but if it's for religious listen, I don't know everyone's religion. I don't know, but again, I could admit that I was immature as fuck, and I was just like, and I had so many questions, right? So after all, I did apologize for like what I said and when I did whatever. Then he gets back on the bed, and then he does again. So now that he's done, he's like, well, can we try this again? So then it's like, oh, okay, you went down on me twice, then it'll be kind of awkward if I just say, you know what? Because I wanted to say, you know what? I got to go, but okay. So here we are back at it again, right? So I'm like, oh, I'm dreading seeing Mr. Piglet, aka Hot Dog, aka Turtle, come out, like with the peekaboo, like, oh, it just so anyway. And I'm saying, oh, because I'm now realizing that the odor is from down there, right? So when I'm down there, you know, when men were or uncircumcised, there's extra skin, right? So you kind of have to like. Am I doing a sex education shit right now? So okay, remote, right? Penis. So you have to like slick it down. Oh God, YouTube is gonna get me. Okay, so you gotta go searching for it, right? So you gotta like push back the skin to find it. But see, the thing about it is that when you have an uncircumcised penis, you have to know how to take care of it. You have to understand, you know, cleaning it and the infections and all that. Now, again, remember, I was ignorant as fuck back then. So here your girl is back at it again. I'm going down and I'm like peeling shit back because I don't know what to do with this shit. I don't know. I remember like putting the whole thing in my mouth and it was just so weird. It was so weird. It was just like, it was just too much skin. It was just too much, right? I attempted it. I didn't put my whole like, I attempted, I should say, and then I stopped. And then I just kind of figured out myself. I was like, okay, I gotta peel shit back. Then maybe I gotta, like, you know, I didn't want to ask questions because, you know, my mouth had a mind of its own because the stuff I was thinking it was coming out. And I'm like, I can't have the same situation just happen again. So I decided to reel it back myself. And that's when the complete odor, I was like, okay, I am fucking done. When I peeled it back, there was all this white substance. It was like a yeast infection mixed in with just yuck. Like, what the odor. So now I'm putting everything together. Like, now I'm no longer drunk or tipsy or whatever you want to call it. Now I'm on full alert. And I'm trying to play it off, like I'm trying to, you know, kiss around it, and I'm just like, what is this white shit? And I'm trying to, like, you know, jerk him off and try to get the white stuff off, and it's on my hand, and I'm sniffing my hand to see, like, I'm doing all types of shit. But then when I whiffed my hand, I almost passed the fuck out. I was like, oh my God, and I literally, like, almost fell off. Please understand, if you are a man and you're watching this and you're not circumcised, I am not making fun of anyone that's not. But like I said before, I was not in medical school back then. I was young as fuck. I was ignorant as fuck. And I just didn't know. This was my first experience. But on the other hand, though, I gotta listen, someone has to take accountability for their actions, because if you're a grown-ass man, right, why am I seeing that? So when I almost fell off the bed, he's like, you know what, I had enough of you, and I think he said, like, your childish ways or whatever. And then I said to him, clearly, I kind of like got up, so now, like, the also do, let me see something. When did let me see something. Alright, so I want to say that this whole thing happened around 2004 because I do remember that Facebook was popping then. Maybe 2005 because I wasn't on Facebook as soon as it started. Like, I wasn't on MySpace when I first started, and Facebook, I think it took me like 1 year to actually get on that, right? But and so after I went to the bathroom and washed my hands a billion times, he was like, I'm calling him. I was like, I don't give a fuck who you call. See, now I'm just now again irritated. I put on my clothes and I leave, and I'm sitting in my car and I'm laughing, because the funny thing is, actually I'm laughing because he told me to park somewhere and don't worry about the ticket, he would deal with it. And I got the ticket and I knew for a fact he wasn't gonna deal with it, so that was a laugh and a slap in my face. And then I just sat there and I laughed. But then I'm looking for I had it back then too. I was looking for my hand sanitizer and I'm just like, what the fuck? And I'm just like sitting there like, what grown man like wants sexual stuff and you're smelling, and what was that white stuff? What was that? Absolutely not. And now that I think about it, I'm not even sure how I would handle that now that I'm 42. That's an interesting question. How would I handle that? Let me think. So it's like and so if some of you do not know, but I do have my eye and interest on someone. The Patreon family knows about that. If you're interested, go over to my Patreon. But I'm trying to think, if we ever got to that level and that happened, what would I do? Because see, right now I'm at the point that I'm not looking for a boyfriend, but a girl does get lonely, and I like to watch movies with people but then go home. I like to have dinner and then they go home. Like, I like to hang out, but I'm not ready for any type of commitment whatsoever. But it's nice that someone's actually really interested in me. But if that happened now, let's say tomorrow, is there really like a nice way to say that? I gotta think about that, because would I be blunt about it, or would I be like, you know what? But see, the thing about it is, it's like if someone does you first, right? Does you like sexual pleasures first, and then like it's their turn. How do you get out of that?